Isaac Newton first questioned the laws of gravity when he was sitting under an apple tree and an apple fell. Isaac Newton, ever curious, needed to know why and how the apple fell the way that it did. From that incident, we now know the universal law of gravitation, which may be applied to a lot more than apples. For example, eggs, liquids, and even humans are subject to the law of gravitation, as the Earth's mass forces us to gravitate towards its surface. Due to the universal law of gravitation and its effects it has on objects on Earth, free-falling objects may maintain a constant acceleration, the Earth's acceleration, due to gravity. Shown in this picture is a velocity graph, acceleration graph, and position graph, all proportional to each other. The downward concavity of the position graph, or the graph of an object falling, allows for a negative slope on the velocity graph, as well as a constant negative on the acceleration graph. As an object is in freefall, its position is decreasing, but it is speeding up. So the velocity's magnitude is increasing, but its actual value is decreasing, which is why the acceleration is negative. Although the acceleration due to gravity on Earth stays at a constant negative 9.8 meters per second squared, that is not true for every planet or large body of mass. The planet's acceleration due to gravity depends on its density, size, and mass, which are all accounted for in Newton's official universal law of gravitation equation. The equation measures a body of mass's force of gravity by multiplying a universal gravitational constant by the mass of the two objects being accounted for and dividing their product by the square of the distance between their two centers. To put it into context, let's look at the Moon. The Moon's mass is approximately 7.347 times 10 to the 22nd power kilograms, while the Earth's is 5.972 times 10 to the 24th power kilograms. The Earth's mass is significantly larger, causing its acceleration due to gravity to also be significantly larger in magnitude. The Moon's acceleration due to gravity is around negative 1.636 meters per second squared, while the Earth's is around negative 9.81 meters per second squared. So, if a man were to walk on the Moon, he would walk significantly slower than he would on Earth, as he would gravitate less towards the Moon and lowering down from taking a step would take longer. There are different accelerations due to gravity on every planet. According to Universe Today, Space and Astronomy News, on Mercury, the acceleration due to gravity is negative 3.7 meters per second squared. On Venus, negative 8.87 meters per second squared. On Earth, negative 9.81 meters per second squared. On Mars, negative 3.711 meters per second squared. On Jupiter, negative 24.79 meters per second squared. On Saturn, negative 10.44 meters per second squared. On Uranus, negative 8.69 meters per second squared. On Neptune, negative 11.15 meters per second squared. On Pluto, negative 0.62 meters per second squared. Once again, all of these constant accelerations are dependent on the planet's masses and sizes. Finally, the work of gravity on the motion of objects on Earth can be seen in everyday life. For example, something as simple as a coffee spill can show its relevance in our practical lives. Once the container of liquid is dropped, it falls at a constant acceleration and ends up landing on the floor or near a surface, ultimately making a mess. You can thank gravity for that spill. You can also thank Flappy Hands, the YouTube channel, for their great drink spill content. Thank you for watching!